Hi, greetings, true believers, and welcome to the final edition of Marvel May 2024. And so, for this final installment, we're going to be looking at The Marvels. Carol Danvers destroys the Supreme Intelligence, the artificial intelligence that leads the Kree Empire. This leads to a civil war on planet Hala, the Kree homeworld, rendering the planet barren as it loses its air, water, and sunlight over the next 30 years. The Kree's new leader, Dar-Ben, discovers one of the two legendary quantum bands, which were previously used to create a network that allows fast travel across space. She uses the band to forcibly open a new jump point that connects to the network. The resulting anomaly impacts the entire network, including a jump point near Earth's Sabre space station run by Nick Fury. Captain Monica Rambeau investigates a jump point near Sabre, while Danvers investigates the new one that Dar-Ben opened. When they touch their respective jump points, Rambeau transported Danvers' location. Kamala Khan, who has the quantum band on Earth, is transported to Rambeau's location, and Danvers is transported to Kamala's house. The three use their different light-based powers to fight off Kree enemies, leaving the Khan family home destroyed. After the trio return to their original places, Fury and Rambeau visits Kamala on Earth. Rambeau surmises that their light-based powers are linked through quantum entanglement, and that they switch places when any of the three use their powers simultaneously. They join up at a small refugee colony on planet Tarnax, which Danvers helped found and where a peace treaty is being negotiated with the Kree. When talks break down, Dar-Ben opens another jump point which siphons the atmosphere from Tarnax to restore breathable air to Hala. After a hasty effort to evacuate the colony, Danvers, Rambeau, and Kamala form a team that Kamala names the Marvels. Danvers explains that Dar-Ben's repeated rupturing of jump points is causing instability in the network and endangering the entire universe. They deduce that Dar-Ben is targeting planets that are meaningful to Danvers, whom Dar-Ben blames for the desolation of Hala. The Marvels reach the water planet Aladna and warn the locals before Dar-Ben arrives and tears open a jump point, drawing the planet's water to Hala. Her final plan is to seize the energy from Earth's sun to restore that of Hala's sun. Dar-Ben steals Kamala's band and attempts to use both bands, but this destroys Dar-Ben and ends the Marvels' entanglement, and leaves behind a rupture between realities. Kamala reclaims the band and joins Danvers to energize Rambeau, allowing her to close the hole from the other side, but stranding her in the process. Kamala returns to Earth and Danvers flies into Hala's sun, using her power to restore it. The short-lived team-up inspires Kamala to seek out other young heroes and form a new group, starting with Kate Bishop. In a mid-credit scene, Rambeau awakens in a parallel universe where she is created by Binary, an alternate version of her mother Maria, and the mutant scientist Hank McCoy. Dun dun dun! So anyway, let's take a look at the production of this film, beginning with the development. Ahead of the release of Captain Marvel, star Brie Larson expressed interest in a sequel featuring the character Kamala Khan / Miss Marvel. Producer Kevin Feige said there are plans to introduce Kamala to the Marvel Cinematic Universe following the release of Captain Marvel, because Kamala is inspired by Carol Danvers / Captain Marvel. Iman Vellani was later cast as Kamala for the Disney Plus television miniseries Miss Marvel. In March 2019, Feige said Marvel Studios has some pretty amazing ideas for a sequel, which could either be set in the 1990s, like the first film, or the present day. Lashana Lynch expressed interest in reprising her role of Maria Rambeau in a sequel, even if it was set in the present. At the 2019 San Diego Comic-Con in July, Feige confirmed plans for a sequel. Official development began in January 2020, when Megan McDonnell entered negotiations to write the script after serving as a staff writer on Marvel Studios' Disney Plus miniseries WandaVision. Larson was confirmed to return as Danvers, but Anna Bode and Ryan Fleck were not expected to return after directing and co-writing the first film. The studio hoped to hire a female director to replace them. The film was expected to be set in the present day and was aiming for a 2022 release. In April 2020, Disney scheduled the film for release on July 8, 2022, filling the July 22 date that the studio had previously reserved for an untitled Marvel film. Nia DaCosta was hired to direct the film that August. Deadline Hollywood's Justin Kroll called this another sign of Marvel Studios adding diversity to its films due to DaCosta being the first black woman hired as a director by the studio, adding that the film will likely break the record for the biggest budgeted film directed by a black woman. The studio also considered Olivia Wilde and Jamie Babbitt as directors for the film, but DaCosta was said to have been the frontrunner for some time. DaCosta, a self-professed comic book nerd, developed the film with WandaVision producer Mary Livanos, who gave her creative latitude to make the film she wanted. Larsa said that DaCosta was the best person to direct the film and praised her pitch presentation. Richard Newby of The Hollywood Reporter said DaCosta's hiring could bring new energy to the MCU and Captain Marvel franchise, saying she enjoys challenging preconceived notions about the relationship between characters and the lore behind stories. Newby also felt the film could explore Denver's story from the perspective of Maria Rambeau's daughter, Monica, a black woman in present-day America. DaCosta's original pitch included Adam Warlock in time travel, but she was told that Warlock would be appearing in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and the Disney Plus series Loki already dealt with time travel stories. DaCosta also cited Final Fantasy VII Advent Children in her pitch as a reference for the film, particularly for its fight scenes and ending sequence. Feige announced Captain Marvel 2 in December 2020 for the release date of November 11, 2022. He confirmed DaCosta's involvement, revealed that Teyonah Parris will reprise her role as Monica Rambeau from WandaVision, and Steph Villani will reprise her role as Kamala. Parris was excited to work with DaCosta again after Candyman, and to further explore Monica's relationship with Danvers as teased in WandaVision. Larsa felt it made sense narratively to have Kamala Rambeau introduced to the MCU and other projects before the three characters meet in this film, something she had discussed with Feige from the beginning. And now on to the pre-production. Pre-production work began by February 2021 when Zoe Ashton was cast as the film's villain. By that time, all the scripts for Ms. Marvel had been written, so the Marvel's creative team was able to read those to know what happens to Kamala in that series. Principal photography was expected to begin at the end of May, though some second unit filming began on April 9th in Jersey City, New Jersey, under the working title Goat Rodeo, to capture aerial footage, establishing shots, and green screen plates. In May, Marvel Studios revealed that the sequel would be titled The Marvels. Ethan Anderson of Slash Film noted that the title referred to both Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel, since the film's logo will use the same stylized S from the Ms. Marvel series logo. Graham McMillan at The Hollywood Reporter acknowledged his explanation, but also wondered if there was a connection with the 1984 comic series Marvels, which tells Marvel Universe events from the perspective of a photographer, or with the project of the same name announced in 2020. He also wondered if the Marvels refer to a family of heroes, much like DC Comics' Marvel family, now known as the Shazam family. Later that month, pre-production work began in the United Kingdom. Park Seo-joon was cast in an undisclosed role in mid-June and was said to join the production after completing work on the film Concrete Utopia. His role was reprised as Prince Yen of the planet Aladna. Larsa and Paris began preparing for filming the next month. DaCosta said the Marvels would deal with specific, personal, and sometimes sad things, such as how people deal with pain and trauma, but of a lighter story than her film Little Woods and Candyman. She felt that she had more creative freedom on the Marvels than on her prior films. Feige said the dynamic between Danvers, Kamala, and Rambeau was the center of the film, and likened their team up to the formation of the Avengers in the Avengers. He revealed that the Marvels would have fun cosmic elements, including some elements from Roy Thomas's 1971 Kree Skull War comic book storyline, with the story directly picking up from the ending of Captain Marvel. He described the film as totally different from the MCU miniseries Secret Invasion, another Captain Marvel follow-up. The series was believed to be tied in with the film, but the Marvels largely ignores the events of Secret Invasion. Matt Webb Medovich at TV Line speculated that the Marvel intended for the Marvels to be set before Secret Invasion, given that the film had numerous previous release dates prior to Secret Invasion's June 2023 premiere, but that assumption still leaves continuity issues all over the place. And now on to the filming. Principal photography was expected to begin on May 31st, 2021, but began on July 26, 2021, at Pinewood Studios of Buckinghamshire and Longcross Studios in Longcross, Surrey, England. Sean Bobbitt was the cinematographer. Larsa confirmed that she started filming on August 10th, and shortly after, Samuel L. Jackson revealed that he would reprise his MCU role as Nick Fury, working on it in London at the same time he was preparing to film Secret Invasion. Filming for the Marvels took place in Tropea, Italy, began on August 27th, including on the coast of the Tyrrhenian Sea. On September 3rd, Park left for Los Angeles to begin filming. Shortly after, Sagar Shaki, Zenobia Shroff, and Mohan Kapoor were revealed to be reprising their respective roles as Kamala's older brother Amir, Mother Muniba, and Father Yusuf from Ms. Marvel. In October 2021, the film's release was delayed to February 17, 2023. Park shot his scenes for 2 months and completed filming in England by November 2nd. Production designer Kara Brower said the film's scale and scope were massive, contrasting work with DaCosta on Candyman. The production created 54 sets at Pinewood and Longcross Studios for 5 different planets, including Aladna and spaceships, the Sabre space station, Marie Rambeau's house, the Khan family's and the Khan family's house. DaCosta wanted each planet to have a distinct design. In April 2022, the film's release was moved to July 28, 2023, swapping places with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, as that film was further along in production. Filming with the Marvels wrapped by the middle of the following month. And now finally onto the post-production. Jackson revealed in mid-June 2022 that he would return to London in August to work on reshoots for the Marvels, before doing the same for Secret Invasion, and Marvel was preparing for those reshoots by the end of July. That month, Larson made a cameo appearance in the last episode of Ms. Marvel, No Normal, through footage that DaCosta had filmed for the Marvels. DaCosta did not know the footage would be used this way when she filmed it, and his inclusion in Ms. Marvel was surprised to directors Adil Arbi and Bilal Fallah as well. Filming for the Marvels occurred in early August in Battery Park in New York City to capture visual effects plates. DaCosta was revealed in January 2023 to have also worked on the film's script alongside Alicia Karasik and Zeb Wells, who respectively served as a writer on Loki and the MCU miniseries She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Only DaCosta, McDonald, and Karasik were credited. In February 2023, the film's release was delayed to November 10, 2023, as Disney Marvel Studios were reevaluating their content output and costs. This allowed more time for post-production. Joanna Robinson of The Ring reported in April that the film was undergoing a massive overhaul and reshoots, which took place for 4 weeks to reportedly make the storyline coherent. The first trailer, released in April 2023, revealed that Ashton was playing Darben and Daniel Ings had been cast as Tyrone. Lynch was then reported to be reprising roles of Maria Rambeau, alongside Kobe Smulders and Randall Park in their respective MCU roles as Maria Hill and Jimmy Woo, although Smulders denied her involvement in June. Also in June, Gary Lewis was revealed to have joined the cast, portraying Emperor Droge, and Marvel Studios held a public test screening of the film in Texas. This was an uncharacteristic move by the studio, and the screening was reportedly met with mixed responses. Tessa Thompson was revealed to be reprising her MCU role of Valkyrie in the film when the final trailer was released in early November. When the film was released soon after, Haley Steinfeld and Kelsey Grammer were revealed to be in the film, reprising their respective roles of Kate Bishop for the Disney Plus miniseries Hawkeye, and Dr. Hank McCoy/Beast from 20th Century Fox's X-Men films X-Men The Last Stand and X-Men Days of Future Past. Grammer was excited to return to his role, which described as a real character of gravitas and importance in our culture, and hoped to lead to more MCU appearances. Katherine Hedstrom and Evan Schiff edited the film. Hedstrom previously worked with DaCosta on Candyman. Ashton stated in February 2024 that they filmed an alternate ending where Danvers perished with Darben. Visual effects for the film were created by Industrial Light and Magic, Rise FX, Rising Sun Pictures, Sony Pictures Imageworks, Trickster, WhatFX, and Waleco. Tara DeMarco was the visual effects supervisor. So overall, as a follow-up to not only Captain Marvel, but also WandaVision and Miss Marvel, I really like this film. And yeah, of course, unfortunately, I don't think we're getting a follow-up to this film, which is really disappointing, but yeah, plus I don't know if we're going to get a season 2 of Miss Marvel, but Again, I don't think that's going to happen neither, so there you go. But still, I am looking forward to see Kamala Khan, or I guess Kamala Khan actually, in future films. So yeah. So overall, I give the Marvels 4 arc reactors out of 5. Well, thank you all so much for joining me on this edition of Marvel May 2024. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll be looking at the other films like Deadpool and Wolverine and Captain America Brave New World next year, like I said. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait until 2026 in order to look at Thunderbolts because, again, I don't review that movie sometime after it comes out, because if I do, I feel I will give away spoilers to you guys. And I don't want that to happen at all, so there you go. But yeah, anyway. So, yeah. So next month is June, and you know what that means? That's right. It'll be Buffy 1st, June 2024. We're going to look at Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 4. So, tune in for that. So, yeah. So, anyway, so to wrap this up, in the words of the late great Stan Lee, Excelsior.